I am number 4, which was eked out by Unknown at the box office this weekend, but not by much. They both did fairly well. It's a paranormal teen romance based on a very popular young adult novel. It's about an extraordinary teen who masks his true identity by hiding out as a typical high school student at a school while he's trying to elude the deadly enemy that is trying to destroy him. 3 others have been killed before him. He is number 4. It stars Alex Pettyfer, Timothy Oliphant, Diana Agron. It's directed by DJ Caruso. Let's take a look.
I've been on the run since I can remember. You keep your head down. I know how to blend in.
You're gonna do well here.
John Smith.
Okay. You don't want to tell me your name.
What's this? Seems like you want to run away.
That is kind of private, actually.
Been to a lot of places. I think this is a pretty good place.
You were given these powers for a reason. As you focus, you're gonna learn to control.
We came in the middle of our discussion about the film.
We couldn't help ourselves, but basically, it's getting a lot of Twilight comparisons, which I sort of see, except Twilight is much more devoted to the teen romance of the film, and this starts off, I mean, it's the same kind of thing. He's a supernatural person, and he falls in love with a real human girl.
You can say what he is, right? I think it's in the first half hour.
Yeah, well, he's an alien.
He's an alien.
Basically. But this is why I had high hopes. I like DJ Caruso. I thought Disturbia was great. Eagle Eye, but he's very good with young actors. I will say what I liked about this movie is it was really nice to see new faces, new young talent. I like seeing Diana Agron. However, what the F with the berets? Like, every scene, she's wearing stupid berets and dresses that were, like, out of Target. I mean, the worst wardrobe I've ever seen.
Well, no, but she's supposed to be a little, she doesn't know how to dress nice. I can see that, but honestly, I think you basically hit the nail on the head. Like, I think the big issue with it is it's trying to appeal to everybody, and it ends up appealing to nobody. Like, the first half is this. Well,
I thought it was sort of fun, and it's more about their sort of relationship developing.
It's not surprising you enjoyed it when it's trying to be like Twilight.
The aliens. I like the face fish gills. I thought those looked cool. I liked them as bad guys. I did not like anything that had fur. Every beast that appears in the second half, which goes on forever, looked like something like Animal from the Muppets. It looked like bigger versions of that. Weird. But I liked that guy. The leader of the bad aliens looked like Gary Busey.
No, he's actually I'm forgetting his name, but he was on Lost. He was one of Martin Kearney on Lost.
Oh, okay.
Is Ducard or something?
And the best friend that plays sort of their sidekick. Did you recognize him? He was in Flipped, which we discussed when Penelope and Miller was on, and he's quite good. I liked seeing the new talent. Here's another scene. When the alien,
talent alone doesn't make a movie good, Farrell.
No,
where do we just hear that?
A great performance does not a movie make. Quote me accurately. But when he first discovers his powers, I'm like, oh, it's like Spider-Man. When Tobey Maguire has to figure out...
It's exactly like Superman.
No, it's like Spider-Man. He has to figure out what his powers are.
It's just Smallville.
You let me finish a sentence. Good Lord. When he jumps off the building in Spider-Man, remember he's like scared, he's trying out power. This guy is like, oh, I have powers, with absolutely no trepidation, starts jumping off of cliffs, off of waterfalls. I'm like, why would he be scared?
What are his powers? We don't even really find out.
I don't know. He goes like that.
It's different in every. This is what I'm saying. Like, basically, they're trying to do Twilight, and then all of a sudden they mix it up, and they're like, oh, we have to appeal to boys. Let's make it like sci-fi, and there's shootouts, and there's aliens, and like they don't. No thought seemed to be put into like what this universe really was. Like, what are his powers? What are the rules? Who are these aliens?
They never explain it.
Why are they trying to kill them? Like, there's no stakes. There's no thought into like building this world. It all feels like thrown out.
It does.
It really does get really tedious as it goes on, and the effects are terrible. Like, it looks like Supernatural.
Well, there's one shot where like a tail falls out of a tail, and all of a sudden it turns into what was it, like Slither? It's sort of, but it's not meant to be
Slither has cool
but
effects.
It's meant to be campy.
Yeah.
This isn't meant to be campy. It's very serious, and then it's sort of crazy. But we're forgetting the biggest, the breaking news aspect is that Alex and Diana are dating in real life. They were actually living together, and they broke up this weekend. And I don't know how their publicist let them announce it.
They saw this movie,
but
and they're like,
did.
We don't have chemistry. 3. We should end this right now.
I can't believe it. But you know, he's not even 20 years old. He's 20.
20, yeah.
He's not even 21. So
I just think, honestly, my issue with this, I mean, in addition to basically it being Twilight plus Superman equals movie, because it's the story is Smallville.
Well, that said, a lot of pitches are that way. It's this and this combined,
but I
and
mean,
that
this doesn't make any effort to like hide its origins. The other thing I was going to say is this is obviously a case of, I know it's a series of books, and you can tell at the end
it's leading up
they
to
really want a sequel, and there's a point at which, and the first X-Men movie had the same problem. There's a point at which withholding stuff for the next movie versus just not bothering to tell a complete story. That's the line they go over, and they end up not giving you really anything to latch onto because they're saving it all for the next one.
And
it's
you shouldn't assume that people know it because they've read the books, because frankly, I'd never heard of it before.
Based on this, I'm not sure there will be a next one.
It did make over $20 million though, so. And Timothy Olyphant, hot, and he sports the Colin Farrell a la Undine hair in the movie, but then he cuts it after the first scene.
Well,
I was like,
hiding. They're hiding.
He looks so hot with the long hair.
He's probably the best thing in the movie.
He's the best thing in the movie.
Which is so unfortunate that his character is sidelined so early on, and then there's so much movie left that he's not in, because he's the most compelling character. You know.
It was a disappointment.
There's no real thought put into it. I mean, I know it's a book. There must have been more in the book about who these people are, who these aliens are, what's going on.
Why did he have to escape his planet? What happened to his parents? Why is Timothy Olyphant? Does he have the powers too? Why is he his protector?
Right. Why do they need protectors if they have these crazy powers?
But why is he 17 years old and didn't know he had powers until now? And all of a sudden they're appearing to him.
It feels lazy and thrown together, and like let's riff
like
on Twilight
and
then let's riff on Smallville. And it never really feels like it comes together. And I mean, even when you say like, oh, he had to escape his home planet, his parents sent him to Earth. He's, like we've seen that before.
Yeah.
His name was Kal-El. Anyway, let's move on. I think
Kal-El? Is that his name?
Kal-El,
right?
Kal-El. That's Superman.
But I really freaking loved like the green kryptonite. Like you needed, I don't know. Maybe if this had all meant to be campy, it would have been. It felt like the tone was all over the place. Oh, one more thing. The score in the movie drove me nuts. It's so loud and over the top, dramatic. It really, really began to annoy me.
I think you're totally right. And a lot of the technical things about the movie are just off. The effects don't look good. The action scenes don't look good. The sound design is not done well. It's like it's surprising that for DJ Caruso, who's made a bunch of other films, that he wouldn't just have locked that stuff down. I mean, at least make like the alien shootouts look like cool alien shootouts.
I have hope for it. He's talented, though. I have hope for him. I think, you never know. Studios come in, things get recut. I just don't know.
You did mention his best film.
Eagle Eye.
No.
Well, Disturbia.
Disturbia, right. Clearly his best film. I don't really think Eagle Eye is much. And boy, talk about stupid endings.
Well,
Eagle Eye has a really stupid ending.
True that.
And then Sultan C's not very good either. Like, I feel like...
But he's good with young talent, and I did like seeing a whole new, fresh face cast in this film. But yeah, silly, don't waste your time.
No,
when it's free on Netflix, do it.
Let's not bother.